away from him, and I got to zoom in, and the whole picture was of the bird. That one.
Which bird?
Watch, I'll go right close.
Lori, look. Yeah. They got one of the fish right out of the chute and they were fighting over it.
Who got it? Oh, that's going over there?
Yeah. Isn't that neat?
I want to keep. Look at that ship. Daddy, look at that boat. So freely. It's cool, huh? I liked that airplane flight. That was so cool. I wish we didn't have.
It came from a Greek word, "ketus," which meant sea monster. And I guess, especially once you see these animals and see how big they are, you can understand what they were once thought of as sea monsters. It's just simply, the word cetacean is just the scientific name for the order of cetacean that includes all the whales and their closely related cousins, the dolphins and the porpoises. Now, our largest cetacean species here off of Cape Ann is the finback or fin whale. It's the second largest animal on Earth, second only to the blue whale. The blue whale being, as I said, the biggest animal, and thought to be the biggest animal that's ever lived. And the blue is roughly around 70 to 100 feet, depending which ocean you find it in. The Antarctic blue whale being among the biggest in the world. And in fact, the biggest on record was a female blue whale at 102 feet. Now, our finback whales are a little bit smaller. They're only 60 to good 10 knots, but can cruise up to 20 to 30 knots when they really have to get moving. And just to elaborate, a knot is just over a mile per hour, roughly 1.05 miles per hour. The second largest of the cetacean species that we have here in our waters is the humpback whale. This is actually the fifth largest cetacean species. It's roughly 45 to 50 feet in length and is approximately 40 tons on average. And it's probably the most popular of the whales to see because it does a lot of aerial displays like flippering, where it slaps its flippers on the water, which are extremely long. Its tail, which is called tail lobbing when they smack the water with that. And also breaching is where they leap out of the water. Now, they do a lot of these displays more than some of the other species, but they don't do it all the time. And that is a real privilege when you do get to see that. Now, the humpback whale is our main study animal at CRU, and it has been for several generations. How are we able to do that? A humpback whale is born with a unique black and white pigmentation on its tail. And it happens to be that the humpback, more often than not, will flip to each animal. So as I say, we can identify those animals, and we have names for most of our humpback whales as well. And in fact, we have cataloged just under 1,000 humpback whales in the past 15 to 20 years. Now, the third largest of our species off of Cape Ann is the little minke whale, which is 25 to 30 feet in length. And this is the smallest of what are called the baleen whales. And I'll get to that in just a second. The minke whale, as I said, is around 25 to 30 feet. And like the fin, it's a very fast, sleek little whale. It can cruise up to 20 knots, but on more average goes around 8 to 10 knots. The smallest of our cetacean species is actually a toothed cetacean and also a dolphin. It's the Atlantic white-sided dolphin. This little animal is around 9 to 10 feet average length. You usually find it in large schools, and it's so called white-sided because of the white stripe going down its side or flank. Now, I alluded to baleen whales, and I mentioned we have a toothed cetacean. There are basically two suborders of cetacean. Killer whale. Any children on board? And adults too. I've seen it myself, Free Willy. The whale Willy was a killer whale, which is actually the largest of the dolphin family, and that is a toothed cetacean. The largest of the toothed cetaceans is the sperm whale, and you may know that animal from The Tale of Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Now, that other suborder or grouping of whales are the baleen whales, and these tend to be the very large, or what we're called the great whales. They include our blue whale, fin, humpback, the minke, which is the smallest, the right whale, the bowhead. These are just a few of them. They tend to be more in the minority in terms of numbers of species. The greater number of cetacean species are toothed. There's only around a dozen or so baleen whale species. And as I mentioned, a few of them, our fin, our humpback, and our minke are baleen whales. Now what this alludes to is a feeding system they have. They do not have teeth, they have baleen. And for those of you here on the upper deck, you can see I'm holding an odd-looking thing. So that's why they're up here. This is why they're feeding exclusively up here. And you can see if you lose all that weight, why it's very important to find the food you need. Okay, that's a little bit about some of the whales, a little bit about the biology of some of our animals here off of Cape Ann. And so we're just underway now. We've got our fuel. Our captain today is Captain Mark Biot. Clayton is our mate. Clayton is our mate here. Perfect timing. We do have a small galley on board. It's situated in the inner cabin, just inside there in the stern area. And Jody is there to help you if you want some cold drinks or candies or whatever. We have 2 heads or washrooms on board. They're situated in the front or the bow of the boat and just inside. largest animal that we see here is the second largest animal on Earth. Remember, these animals are around 60 to 70 feet in length and on average around 50 tons. One distinguishing characteristic of the finback whale that makes it unique is that the right side of this animal on its upper jaw, or sorry, its lower jaw is white in color, whereas its left lower jaw is the same color, instead of steel gray like the rest of its body. In other words, the coloring is asymmetrical. And it's the only cetacean species to have this asymmetry. And it's something that we do look for, a field marking that we look for in distinguishing this species, because in some waters it can be confused with another species called a sayway.
Way up here. Way up. Way up.
So keep watching off at 10 o'clock or off our port bow area. Finback whale right in front of us. Now nice and close to you. Off our bow. There you can see this finback going down. See the arch of the back there.
That was so cool. Wow.
Now one thing you notice right behind where the whale was is a round flat area in the water. You can see that quite well. 2 o'clock off our starboard or right side of the boat here. You can still see it's still visible. This is what we call a fluke print, and it's about as close to a footprint from a whale as you'll ever get. Basically, it's caused by the propelling of the animal forward. When it beats its tail up and down to propel itself forward, it displaces the water, and it creates this round flat patch. And often you will see even a trail of them as they beat their tail up and down to move forward. So that's what that round flat patch is in the water, and it's created by all the cetacean species.
Every time I leave,
It was there, they just turned.
Yeah.
Right over there. There he is, straight ahead, 11 o'clock. Stand right here.
stand up there.
Lean against it.
Another blow at 10.
There you go.
Still up.
Lean against this one right there. Right there. Right there, follow my finger. Straight ahead. Very close to the chest. Right with the pink lady. Right there.
Still up.
There he is,
Blow
right
at
there.
10 o'clock again.
There he is.
Oh, I see.
And it looks like it's going down there. It's on the arch of its back. There's that dorsal fin. We're still up. Remember to watch for real arches back. Typically, things will arch that back when they're going to go down for a dive. Is that it? You going down there? Still up.
Yeah.
It's still up. You see that dorsal fin just below the surface there. Just going by. It doesn't look like it's arched yet. Another blow.
There you go.
There it goes. Now it's going to go down. There you can see that very tall, prominent dorsal fin that gave its...
Yeah, we finally got one good one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where?
It was right there with all the bubbles. You're so
Yeah,
tired.
it was
Great
Let
one,
mommy in.
above the ground, 11 o'clock.
Let mommy in there.
Right beside it.
So stick around, you may come back. Right there.
Right beside it.
There he is, Pat.
There you are. This animal's around 60 to 70 feet. There's that dorsal fin. It's still out, just below the surface. Hopefully we have a chance to see that white marking. Remember I said that the headback has this asymmetrical coloring. The right lower jaw is white in color, so we have its right side to us, and hopefully we'll have a chance to see that white lower jaw. Still out. Great views of his feedback.
He's right here in front of us.
It's right here.
This is
Hopefully on
great.
its last surfacing, as I said, tends to surge forward more. They have a chance to see it. It's turning around now.
Where's Susie? Is she here too?
I don't know where she is.
Susie, come here.
Come over here, quick.
That's still up, but it's shifted around. As you can see, it's turned around.
It's been, yeah,
Which way is he turning?
to the left.
He's going that way?
It's turning around to the left. I don't know, they're turning too much. There he is.
Still up.
Look at the size of it. Wow.
Looks like it's probably gone down. There you can see a trail of blueprints right off our bow. You can see where the direction it's gone.
Feels like everybody on the
Left
other
behind
side.
by the undulation of the tail. Right off our bow again. You can imagine that your vision, your eyes wouldn't serve you as well as your hearing would. Off our bow. There you can see the long length of its back. Dorsal fin of it. Off our bow again. There's its back and the dorsal. And right off our bow again. There's the fin. And you can see how wonderfully streamlined these animals are. They're so wonderfully adapted. Right beside us now. Right beside us. And going down, it looks like. You can see that dorsal fin, how very tall and sickle-like it is. And a blueprint left behind.
Oh.
11 o'clock, Earth flow.
There you go.
Yeah. 10 o'clock, flow.
It's over there, babe. Watch right over there.
We stopped some good pictures over there.
Good. Over on that
That looks
side?
like it's a different fin back. You can see it flow again at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll just stay here and see if our fin back comes back up close to us. Another glow at 10 o'clock out there.
It's like smoke.
Yeah.
It's coming closer. I think.
They're going out after it.
They shouldn't follow it like that. It makes it leave.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
No, I don't know. What time are we supposed to get back?
5:30. I won't expect to take now. There was 5 minutes.
Also in off our bow, a couple of blows right ahead of us there. 2, 10 back. Low and 10, low and 12 o'clock.
Right there, Lord. Right there.
11 o'clock.
I see the trail.
Yeah, you did. It was right here a minute ago.
Which way was going? That way or that way?
That way. I think. It was right here.
As I mentioned earlier, zigzags were 5x7 color photos of whales, including 2 of a humpback and 1 of a finback whale surfacing, and includes our membership button as well. Keep watching off around 10 o'clock. Should surface again. That's the right side of its jaw. There's another blow further off at 10, 11 o'clock there. It's a perfect view of this animal. Perfect view. There you can see it really clearly.
Yeah.
You can see that pale green. That's the white lower jaw on the right side. You can see it perfectly now. Oh, it's tremendous. Now you have a chance to see that the other side is the same color as its upper body, showing that asymmetry. Just a great, great view of this animal. Still up, right beside us. Still up.
Part of the viewfinder.
Still beside us.
Susie seen it?
Yeah, still up. And looks like it's going down. There it goes.
I saw the hole and I heard it.
Beautiful view of that animal. Boy, we lucked out there.
I have one picture left. But I got him when he went up and left.
I haven't gotten any of my pictures on my thing. On my...
another pit back.
I got mine. Mine. What? I mean, not real far. I mean, you can't see. Like, yeah, it's kind of far out. Nothing looks up close. Oh wow, because you can't focus. That's the same time. Okay. Got my camera, Dad. Watch there not be any more.
Like that animal went down. You saw the arch of the back there. Now that animal went down, but we're going to try and get one more look before you.
See it?
There,
See it?
whale. It's a smaller stinky whale. I'll go into the water there. Lots of smaller animals. It's only around 25. The first is very right beside our boat. Just off at about maybe around 10 o'clock. Circles around. There, it's right beside us. Nice view of this stinky whale. He's watching off our left side here. There you can see a trail of footprints left behind by this binky. So he's gone down now for a dive. You can see there's another animal that arches. Let me know if you'd like to buy a photo pack. If they do start, they still we do have our membership pushed on board. So you can purchase those if you'd like from myself. Also, the ticket stubs, you'd like to fill those out and hand them to myself as they come around, or you can give them to Jody in the galley, or bring them up to the wheelhouse, whichever is easier. So shortly in the next few minutes. And just like to take this opportunity to thank you for being on board today. It was a great pleasure chatting with you all and showing you some of our whale species off the Cape Ann and several feedbacks today in Wisconsin. So congratulations, Beverly.